विदेश मंत्रालय की प्रेस वार्ता इस वक्त शुरू हो चुकी है। आइए सीधे आपको वहीं लिए चलते हैं।
Given permission to export to Brazil, UAE, and any other country. Huma from Financial Express is asking, has there been any like Iran, Iraq, Libya, Syria for the vaccines? Can you please share which countries are buying vaccines from India? Is there a list? Siddhan from Vion is asking, any update on India's vaccine outreach? How many countries will be getting it? Please indicate quantity also. How much vaccines Canada has requested for?
Okay, let me give you an update of our Vaccine Maitri initiative. As of date, we have supplied a total of 129.7 lakh doses to the global community. Of these, 64.7 lakh doses have been supplied as grant, while 165 lakh doses have been supplied on a commercial basis. The following countries, and in fact I see a lot of interest in the list of countries and breakup of how many doses have been received by which country. So the following countries have received supplies as gifts: Bangladesh 20 lakhs, 10 lakhs, Nepal 10 lakhs, Bhutan 1.5 lakhs, Maldives 1 lakh, Mauritius 1 lakh, Seychelles 50,000, Sri Lanka 5 lakhs, Bahrain 1 lakh, Oman 1 lakh, Afghanistan 5 lakhs, Barbados 1 lakh, and Dominica 70,000. Of the countries which have received vaccines on a commercial basis, Brazil 20 lakhs, Morocco 60 lakhs, Bangladesh 50 lakhs, Myanmar 20 lakhs, Egypt 50,000, Algeria 50,000, South Africa 10 lakhs, Kuwait 2 lakhs, and UAE 2 lakhs. In fact, this information is now available on our website. It will be constantly updated, so I would ask you to go and look there. There's also a question on which countries are likely to be supplied, what are the quantities, to which I'll say that we will continue to take forward our global vaccine supply initiative in a phased manner. In the coming weeks, we expect to supply to more countries in Africa, Latin America, CARICOM, and the Pacific Island states. Ashok Sharma of AP and Siddhant have a question on a specific country. What I'll say is that decisions on these supplies will, of course, be calibrated as per domestic production and the requirements of the National Vaccination Program, which, as you know, is the largest vaccination drive in the world. Yatin?
So next set of question is on line of actual control. Maha from CNN News 18 has asked, if India patrol finger 1 to 8 traditionally at Pangong Lake, why has India agreed to make 3 to 8 buffer zone? Is there any timeline fixed for the disengagement? Swasini from The Hindu is asking, has PM Modi spoken to Chinese President Xi Jinping since the LSE standoff in April 2020 and more recently during the negotiations for disengagement? Are there any plans to? This information is asking, how India sees China's readiness to disengage from Pangong Lake? Will India's business with China be usual after the move of Chinese PLA troops? Will India ask China for disengagement from Doklam and other friction points as well? Naveen Kapoor from ANI is asking, did we cede any territory to China? Why did we move from finger 4 to finger 3? Can you please give factual position? Srinjoy from Times Now has asked, the process of this, how much of it is complete? When is the 10th round of commander level talks likely to be? Is there a WMCC planned? Shailendra from News 18 has asked, चीन को लेकर राहुल गांधी ने सवाल उठाए कि भारत ने चीन को ज़मीन दे दी है, फैक्चुअल पोजीशन क्या है? बाकी इलाके जैसे देप्सांग गोगरा के बारे में चीन से बातचीत कब होगी? Nainima from The Print is asking, what led to the disengagement process between India and China, and will there be more talks held at diplomatic level? He is asking, चीन के साथ हुए डिसएंगेजमेंट समझौते में एक शर्त टकराव के मोर्चों पर तात्कालिक तौर पर सामान्य पेट्रोलिंग न करने की भी है. साल 2014 में इसी तरह की सहमति चुमर के इलाके में भी गतिरोध तोड़ने के लिए बनी थी और करीब 1.5 साल तक पेट्रोलिंग नहीं की गई थी, मगर पेट्रोलिंग शुरू होने के बाद अब भी चुमर में कई बार आमने सामने तनाव की स्थिति आती है। ऐसे में पेट्रोलिंग को लंबित रखने का फैसला क्यों लिया गया?
What I'll say, you would have seen RM's statement in Parliament yesterday on the agreement reached on disengagement in the north and south bank of Pangong Lake. Now, this agreement was reached after several rounds of sustained negotiations at the military and diplomatic level. Now, to your questions on the details and specifics of the agreement reached, next steps, etc., I think they have been very clearly spelled out in RM's statement, which is self-explanatory. Srinjoy, to respond to your question, I will say that the two sides have as you will see in the statement, to convene the 10th round of senior commanders meeting within 48 hours after complete disengagement in the Pangong Lake area to address the remaining issues. No date has been set so far for the WMCC. To Naveen, Maha and Shailendra, you would have also seen the subsequent statement from MOD issued a short while ago, setting the record straight and countering instances of wrongly understood information. So I would ask you to look at that. Your question, Suhasini, as I had said earlier, normally after telephone calls of PM with world leaders, we issue a press release. So you will get to hear.
Sadan from Vion is asking, have the sailors from MV Anastasia reached? Shailendra from News 18 is also asking, MV Anastasia पर फंसे लोग कब तक भारत लौटेंगे?
The information that I have is that MV Anastasia has off Indian port for Japan to effect crew change, and the crew is expected to reach India on the 14th of February. And you would know that the ministry and our mission has been continuously following up on the issue of our standard sailors aboard this ship with the Chinese authorities.
Srinjoy from Times Now is asking, while the Anastasia problem has been sorted out, 2 more ships with Indian sailors are outside ports in China. Is the similar situation? Is the MEA looking into it? Problem has been sorted out. 2 more ships with Indian sailors are outside ports in China. Is the similar situation? Is the MEA looking into it?
Srinjoy, I'm not aware of what you mentioned. I'll need to check on that. Well, needless to say that our missions and posts, whenever there is such a situation, they render all possible assistance.
Maha from CNN News 18 is asking, in the phone call with Justin Trudeau, what was the response from Prime Minister on the subject of farmers' protest when it was raised? Narendra from Now Bharat Times is asking, क्या कनाडा मिनिस्टर के साथ बातचीत में किसान आंदोलन पर भी चर्चा उठी थी? Sadan from Vion is asking, Canadian readout mention farmer protest. Is there any response from Indian side?
Well, you would have seen the readouts issued by both sides. What I'll add is that on the farmers' protest, Prime Minister Trudeau commended efforts of the Government of India to choose the path of dialogue as befitting a democracy. He also acknowledged the responsibility of his government in providing protection to Indian diplomatic personnel and premises in Canada.
Nainima from Print is asking, the White House statement yesterday on Myanmar mentioned Prime Minister Modi as far as US allies are concerned. Does India support the sanctions? What will be our way forward with Naypyidaw? Pranay from ABP News is asking, अमेरिका सरकार ने म्यांमार के खिलाफ प्रतिबंध लगाने का ऐलान किया है। अमेरिका की तरफ से लगाए गए इन प्रतिबंधों का म्यांमार में चल रही भारत की विकास परियोजनाओं पर क्या कोई असर होगा? क्या विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर ने अमेरिकी विदेश सचिव टोनी ब्लिंकन के साथ अपने फोन कॉल में इस चिंताओं को उठाया था?
तो आप देख रहे थे सीधा प्रसारण विदेश मंत्रालय की प्रेस वार्ता का। कई सवाल थे और प्रमुख सवाल के तौर पर जो भारत कोविड वैक्सीन दुनिया के कई देशों को आपूर्ति कर रहा है, इस सवाल के जवाब में उन्होंने कहा कि अब तक करीब 30 लाख वैक्सीन डोज़ों की आपूर्ति अलग अलग देशों में की जा चुकी है, चाहे वो पड़ोसी देश हों, अफ्रीकी देश हों, ब्राज़ील जैसे देशों में भी जो है कोविड वैक्सीन की आपूर्ति की गई है। एलएसी पर जो समझौता हुआ है दोनों देशों के बीच और वहाँ पे जो डिसएंगेजमेंट की प्रक्रिया चल रही है, इसके बारे में भी सवाल था। उन्होंने साफ तौर पर कहा कि दोनों पक्षों के बीच में जो समझौता हुआ है कई दौर की वार्ताओं के बाद हुआ है और इस पे जो तथ्यात्मक स्थिति है उसको लेकर सदन में रक्षा मंत्री ने खुद बयान दिया है। और एक और मुद्दे की अगर हम बात करें कि खासकर म्यांमार के मुद्दे पे भी विदेश मंत्रालय के प्रवक्ता ने अपनी टिप्पणी की।